Today I got a quiz for you. I just finished yesterday about my 5th conversation with different individuals on basically the same situation. And so I thought I would present it to you, and I'm going to ask you what can go wrong. What are possibilities where this plan could not necessarily fail, maybe fail, but fail to capture as much money as possible given these circumstances, okay? So take a look at this situation and say, here's some serious considerations that you should be looking at, serious, with these inputs. So I'm going to lay the situation out. I'm going to show about a 30-second video of Arches National Park featuring my wife. And then I'm going to kind of give my response after that. So pretty short video, I think, here. So we got John and Jane, obviously made up names, 60 years old. But I'm telling you, this was a real conversation about 5 times, slightly different. I got $5,000 a month coming in a pension. I've got $3,000 a month in Social Security coming in at 62. A total of $8,000 coming in. Okay, I'm retiring at 62. This is what's going to be coming in. My expenses, I really do a good job looking at my expenses. They're $6,500 a month. That's $1,500 a month I'm not spending. And this includes everything they want to do, apparently. Okay, I have no more detail than that. But hey, this is what my expenses are going to be. So take those as face value. Okay, here are the quotes. I don't need a plan. I don't need a retirement plan. I don't use spreadsheets. I don't need any comprehensive software. I don't need a second opinion on my plan. I've got plenty of money. Oh, one more thing. I actually forgot this. They have, this is important, $700,000 in an IRA. $700,000 in an IRA. So that's their situation. Looks great. I mean, I'd love to have this situation. Got to find out how to turn off my, oh yeah, I'm kind of disorganized today. So what can go wrong with this plan? Do you agree with John's assessment? That's who I was talking to. Don't need a plan, don't need spreadsheets, don't need software, don't need a second opinion. I'm in great shape. Let me know what you think.
Here we are at Arches National Park. It is April 7th, Spencer's birthday, 2021. There's Lisa. This is double window, didn't you say?
Double arches.
There's an arch, and then there's an arch over there. Kind of a 360-degree look from where I'm at. Crazy rock formations. Pinkish hue to the rocks over there. Pretty wild. Not a whole lot of shade unless you stand in the shade of one of these rock formations. All right, that's it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Arches National Park, a quick view. Hey, and I came up with 8 things. I stopped at 8 because my board's kind of full, and I think I got it covered here. Okay, so what can go wrong with John and Jay's plans? What are some things to consider based on the information we have? And we don't have a lot, okay? Honestly, we don't have a lot. Number 1, and this is the biggest for me, the immediate thing I went to, is taxes at RMD time. Let's assume RMD start at 75. They're currently 60. What is $700,000 going to grow to? And what are your RMD taxes? What tax brackets are you going to be in starting at 75, then 76, 77? No vision at all. Let's just see what happens. This could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of impact by not having a plan. Huge. Number 2, is the pension, that $5,000 pension, is it inflation protected? A lot of them aren't. So do you really have enough to cover your expenses? You got 6,500 now versus your 6,500 in expenses now versus 8,000 in income. But if you have high inflation for a little while, you may not have enough. Okay, big deal right here. Has that been modeled? Has that been stress tested? No. Number three, what happens if there's an early death? Say John, who has the pension, $5,000, what if he dies? What's the surviving spouse get? Okay, is it zero? Is it 25, 50, 100%? I don't have any idea. Okay, and say it was even 100%, what's the impact on taxes now? You know, their expenses were 6,500. When you go down to one person, that doesn't cut in half. It may come down to 5,500, but it doesn't go in half. Okay, and what happens with taxes? You're now filing as a single. Okay, so did you stress test that as John dying at, 70 years old? Number four, what's the best timing of Social Security? They're planning on taking it at 62, but as you've heard me say before, Social Security is a great asset. It returns 7 to 8% a year every year you delay. And it's adjusted for the inflation. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, may want to push that out. How much money is that worth to push out from 62 to 65, 67 to 70? I don't know. Could be tens of thousands of dollars. Also, by pushing that timing out, you may be able to do Roth conversions of that $700,000 that's in the IRA, pay lower taxes on that because you're only bringing in the pension for the next 15 years, or let's say 60 to 70, you're pushing that out just a little bit. 62, you're 62 to 70, so 8 years of Roth conversions. What's that worth? Okay. Number five, what's your legacy plan? Hey, just let that $700,000 grow. Maybe I'll die at 74 and a half and I'll pass on that tax burden to my kids. Okay, they have to pay full tax on it at the time of their peak earning years instead of having a tax plan. Okay, that's a problem, not as big as these up here. Number six, what about helping your kids when they need it the most? Your kids, when they're in their 30s and late 20s, even early 40s, need more assistance. Maybe it's a down payment on a house. Maybe it's paying off college loans, paying off grandkids' college loans, if that's the route they go. Instead of giving them a big boost at, giving them $1 million each when they're 60, when they don't need the money as much. Everybody likes money, but you need it more younger. That's the kind of the theme inside of Die with Zero. Number seven, what are the advantages and disadvantages of different investment strategies? Okay, do you do 100% stocks? Do you do 80-20, 50-50? What do you do? Let's put dollar figures on this. Hey, if we go 100% stocks, we'll have this much money. We need to do these it's going to generate this kind of RMD. We're going to do these Roth conversions. Okay, and then another big one down here is, and I know John and Jane said they did a good job with expenses, but having a second person look at your expenses to see if you missed anything. A lot of people miss one-time expenses like, oh, I need to, my house is paid off, but I need to buy a furnace next year. And then I need to buy another furnace 20 years from now. I need to buy a car in 5 years. I want to remodel the kitchen. All these one-time expenses could be quite large. And you could miss some of them. And having somebody look at that or going through a budgeting package like New Retirement has can trigger all that. So here's 8 things that I am concerned about somebody like John and Jane, although it looks like they are in great shape. And I think their starting point is fantastic, but don't think you don't need a plan. If you've got enough income to cover your expenses right now, a lot of opportunity on the table. Did you get that right? How many did you get? Did you have more than 8? Did you have something that I missed? Make sure you let me know in the comment. Let everybody learn from that. All right, this is Joe out.